So welcome back everyone. I'm now going to attempt page 7 in my home junk journal. So if you've been following along in other videos, you'll see that I'm working my way through the places that I've lived. And this time I'm doing this page here. So on this side I've got a piece of white paper. It's just the back of the one that I'd printed on. And I've got this, which is a piece of scrapbook paper, but it's really not gelling in with what I wanted to do. So I'm going to cover both of them, and I've taken a piece of printed ephemera. So this is just, this is an example. This is just a free piece of a free image. These are all images that are free for personal use that I got off the internet. And I took one, I printed it on A4 like I've done with that other one, and now I've just cut it down. So it's cut down to hopefully reasonably fit. It's a little bit, not quite as wide as the journal page, but that's cool. And you can see that then I'm going to have this nice sort of ledger page across here, and I'll be able to decorate on top of it. So I'm just going to get that started by sticking these down. So I'm going to start by putting the inventory page on the other side rather than pressing it onto the page, and then I'm just going to roll that page over it and then roll it back again, and hopefully, yeah, see, I've got a page there that's fairly good for where I want it to be. And I'm making sure this time that my page is actually going to match, so I've got my words on this side and I'm doing exactly the same thing. I'm just going to tuck it in there to line up my lines and then just push it down. And that's pretty good. Because this page that I've stuck in is a little bit shy of the width of my actual junk journal, I'm just going to run some tissue tape around it, just so that particularly up here, and I don't probably want it to go onto the back of that, I'm just going to run a bit of tissue tape on the top, because that's mainly where it seems to be. Oh, I should start up there, shouldn't I? Yep. I'm going to start up here. Yep. Thank goodness this is fairly forgiving. It's not like some paper where you put it down and then you're done. Make sure you tuck it right in there. In fact, I'll get my bone scorer so I can get it right in the crease there, and then bring it up over this one. So I'm getting it right along that line before I chop it off. And before I go on, I just want to show you that, you know, I've been working through this, and I think I did this page last time, which is number 4, and I had this mannequin form that I'd cut out, and I wanted to show you that I have actually finished it. I was going to join it on the hip and the shoulder and flip it open this way, and that didn't really work out, so I've got a hinge on the top, and now I can flip it open. And I've got all my journaling on the back of it, so you can't see the journaling, but it is there for people when they can open it up and have a look at it. So there's my clocks, which I've run across there. And this is nice. This is the matte photo paper, and I just think it prints out so nicely when you use it to print an image out. And super easy as well. You just print it out and there you've got it. And I've got this page behind, so I'll probably end up covering that. So I'm going to hold off putting any tissue tape down here. This is house 7. So if I go to my book, I find that I've got house 7 here. And I actually really like this little envelope that I've got. And in here I've got a bit of a vellum map. And this is a see-through window. And then I've got the name of the street and that we lived in, and I do actually like that bit, so I'm going to pull that off out of the old book. I probably want this up here because I don't want to cover all of these nice words here. And the other page is this, and this is actually the day that we moved. We're packing up the truck to move and leave where we were living to go to our next home. And I find that these photos just don't seem to want to come off very well. So I need to be careful. The other thing I just thought I could use is I've gone through my thesaurus. I bought a thesaurus the other day, and I've made up all these little flag things, and each section has, each little one is a word at the beginning of it. So I've just started going through and doing that. Just trying to find something that's relevant. I think this one is probably appropriate. It says heartbroken. It's what I remember most about that day. I was 10 at the time, not long turned 10, is that my mother was simply heartbroken that she had to leave Canberra, because she just loved living in Canberra so much. And that really sums up what my memory of the day is, that she was just, she didn't want to go. She did not want to leave Canberra, her beloved Canberra, but of course she had to. Needs must and all that. So I could put that down here actually. Even though the words are going this way, it doesn't really matter. I've got a little spot and I could put it up here. And where's my glue? I did go and buy some glue stick today, because sometimes I think glue stick's the best thing to stick things on with, and I didn't have any, would you believe? So I think if I had kids at school I might have glue stick. I always seem to remember buying copious amounts of glue stick when the children were at school. Not so much anymore. I'm just putting that little heartbroken down there. I don't want it to be the focus, because I guess when you move you create new memories elsewhere, but I do want to actually put that there so that it's a bit of my memory of that day, packing up the truck with my dad and his friend and his friend's truck, and all of our furniture sitting out on the lawn. Oh gosh, that was a long time ago. It's yeah, lots of memories there. So I've got this one here that says homely, so I might use that dictionary piece. It's not a flag. It was I just couldn't cut it out in a flag, but it's ripped and it looks quite cool anyway, I think. And I'm going to put my number 7 Brad on there. Where's my pokey tool? I'm going to stick that through. I think I've already used the word home on something else, that's why I don't have it now. And I'll put that probably here. So I've just written the dates that we lived at this particular house, which was from 1963 to 1967. And now I'm going to do some journaling, and also I want to add the suburb in, which is Watson. But I'm not going to use this one. I'm actually going to find something else to create that with. I found this playing card that I've altered, and it's actually in the same book on another page about Watson. I was actually left Watson and then went back, and then I left it again, and then I went back to the same house in the same suburb over a number of years. So that's why I just looked in my old journal and I found that, and I think that's quite cool. I put some ribbon and some staples on there, so I'm going to recycle this piece as well. We left Watson to go home to the farm because my grandfather died when I was 10 and there was no one else to take over, just Dad. So we had to pack up our chattels and move back to the farm. So that's what we did. All right, so I've got some journaling to do on that page and I'll get that done. And there's another page in my junk journal. Thanks for watching. Cheers.